Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay, welcome back. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kujantam Ram Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Cha Janakatmaja Purato Marutir Yasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam Manojavam Marutatulyavegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami. I have a 10 a.m. Call, so I will try to cover what I think I wanted to. I'm going to leave out a little bit earlier in terms of preamble and then keep enough time for discussion. So the scene is that Sri Ramachandra single-handedly has destroyed Khara Dushana Trishira and 14,000 of their demons in 72 minutes without any difficulty. The only time in fighting with Khara, Ramachandra has taken one step back to find a foothold to mount an arrow on his bow to kill Khara. And because Khara was pouncing on him, he needed that space to mount his arrow. So although a step back, it's not considered a retreat, and there are commentaries to show us that it's not a retreat because a Kshatriya can never retreat from battle. And it is demonstrated by Ramachandra killing Khara very valiantly. After all these demons have been killed, and we discussed that Khara represents false ego, and Dushana represents this very arrogant mentality within us. And Trishira is the suffering from the three sources. We call them the Tapatraya. And all these are a struggle for a conditioned soul. And now you can take two different perspectives. One, if you take Ramachandra as a human being, then Ramachandra is identifying how a person on a dharmic path must face up and fight these maladies. Of course, one may say one cannot do on one's own. That is correct. In terms of the role as a human being, Ramachandra took the bow that was given by Agastya. So the Guru gives the tools and the means and the empowerment, because Khara had broken Ramachandra's bow, and then he picked up that Vishnu Chapa, the bow of Lord Vishnu that Agastya had given. And we discussed many weeks ago that bow represents Omkara or mantra. So by empowered by the mantra given by Guru, a person on a dharmic path must bring down one's demons. It's important. This is the path of a human being. If you consider Ramachandra as the supreme lord, then and the sages in the forest as the conditioned souls, then also it's valid that a person who's being tormented by these demons on the path of wanting to become free in the forest of material existence, Sri Ramachandra personally intervenes to relieve the conditioned souls of these demons. So, regardless of which perspective we take, the killing of Kharadushana Trishiras and the 14,000 demons is very valid. Now, when these demons were killed, the sky was filled with the celestial beings. And they all came and they started glorifying Ramachandra and showering flowers from the sky. And they are extolling, they are glorifying the very fascinating and formidable work that Ramachandra has done. So they've all gathered. Sita Devi and Lakshmana have come out of the cave where they were during these 72 minutes or so. And so the celestial beings in the sky, while they are playing their kettle drums and showering flowers, they are saying, Aho bata mahak karma ramasya viditatmanaha. Aho viryam, aho dardhyam, Vishnoha iva hi drushyate, iti evam uktote, sarve yayuhu deva yatha agatam. Ahobata means wow, amazing. It is unbelievable. That is the phrase Ahobata. Just see. In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam also, sixth canto, there is a verse Ahobata Shvapacho Gariyan, that just see the power of the holy name. That although one may be born in a dog eater's family, if the holy name is on such a person's tongue, then they have crossed over all the Vedic injunctions, performed all the purificatory methodologies, and now are eligible to see Lord Vishnu. So they're saying, Aho bata mahat karma ramasya viditatmanaha. The Ramachandra is a very vidita atmanaha, very shrewd and very evolved person. And actually one who has fought and killed false ego and arrogance, naturally. Then he says, Aho Viryam. Oh, what prowess he has. Aho Dardhyam. Dardhyam comes from the word Dridha, being, having determination, fortitude. Aho Dardhyam. Vishnoho Iva Hi Drishyate. And he just looks like Lord Vishnu. Iti evam uktvate sarve. Having said all these persons, having said this, yayuhu devaha yatha agatam. They left just the way they had come. They glorified Ramachandra quickly and left. Then all the sages, the Raja Rishis that were there, and Brahma Rishi, they say, Tato Raja Rishayaha Sarve Sangataha Parama Rishayaha Sabhajya Mudita Ramam Sa Agastya Idam Abruvan. So Sa Agastya Sarve Raja Rishayaha, along with or headed by Agastya Muni, all these great sages came there. And they spoke to Sri Ramachandra, right? Now, Agastya Muni's humility, he didn't say, because of the bow I gave him, that is why he did it. Otherwise, it's not possible. The glorification is always to the person who's made the attempt to overcome false ego, or kill their false ego, if you will. And then they said, Etadartham Mahateja, Mahendra Paka Shasanaha, Sambrambha Ashramam Punyam, Ajagama Purandaraha. They said, oh, Ramachandra is this very, what's the verse? Very effulgent personality, just like Indra, who had punished and killed the demon called Paka. Therefore, his name is Paka Shasana. And saying all this, and that Ramachandra has come to the hermitage of sage Sharabhanga, because that Indra had said to Sharabhanga that we want Ramachandra to kill all these demons. So when Ramachandra comes to you, remember when Ramachandra had come to sage Sharabhanga's ashram, he had seen Indra's chariot and Indra speaking to Sharabhanga. It seems that Sharabhanga was told, please send him to Sutikshana's hermitage. And Sutikshna will send him to Agastya's hermitage. Agastya Muni will give him the weapons and tell him to stay near Panchavati, because that is where all these demons in Janasthan will show up and he can kill them. So it was this divine providential arrangement to bring Sita Rama Lakshmana to Janasthana. So tat idam nah krutam karyam Tvaya Dasharathatmajaha Swadharmam Pacharishyanti Dandakeshu Maharshaya. So this is our task, which was to take care of these demons. But the son of Dasharatha, you have done this for us. So they are expressing great sense of gratitude. Thank you so much for doing this. So at this time, Lakshmana and Sita Devi, they also came out of the cave and they were there. Then when these great sages were glorifying the great act of Ramachandra, Ramachandra then entered or was in that space of the hermitage of all the sages. And we remember his body was full of blood. There were scars, bruises, and every pore of his body was filled with blood because he had fought Karadushna Trishara and 14,000 demons. When Sita Devi saw Ramachandra, so these two verses that I'm speaking are considered very, very, very special verses. And I'm going to recite them, and then we'll see why they are so amazing. Tam drashtva shatuhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham babhuva hrashta vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaje. And the second verse is Muda paramaya yukta drashto rakshoganan hatan. Drashtva rakshoganan hatan ramam cha eva avyayam drashta tutosha janakatmaja. So this is two shlokas talking about Sita Devi. So we know, first of all, in Ramayana, any verse that begins with ta is considered sacred, empowered, and very, very special. It is generally considered to be mantra. Mantra means it has an ability to do something, right? Now, one of the things on the side is that Ramachandra, his whole body is bruised. Now we were going through COVID. It's so appropriate. We're going through COVID, and many of our devotee friends here on the call and their relatives and friends either have unfortunately succumbed or going through a very difficult time. And of course, medicines are important. Oxygen is everything is definitely very, very critical. Safe distancing, all of that. In addition, or the basis for all of it is also the grace of Sita Devi. She is the one who is considered Amrita, the healing herb. And her grace or their grace ideally, because we always pray to the divine couple. Sita and Ramachandra's grace is extremely essential. So this verse, tam drashtva shatruhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham babhuva harshta vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaje, is a mantra, a healing mantra, if you will. One, because it starts with ta, so that's the indicator by Valmiki Rishi. So literally it means tam drashtva shatru hantaram. She, she saw drashtva tam, him or that person. Who's that? That's Ramachandra. That Bhartaram, her husband. Shatru hantaram. He has just killed the one who has killed all the demons. And Maharshinam Sukhavaham, one who has invited or brought in happiness for the Maharshis. Bhabuva Harashta. Sita became so happy, and it's not just happy, it's called Hrashta, delighted. Her heart became delighted. Vaidehi, the daughter of the king of Videha, Bhartaram, her husband, Parishasvaje, embraced tightly. Sasvaje means to embrace. And in Sanskrit, wherever the word pari is added, prefix, it means intensely, extremely, and in a wholesome or in a holistic way. Depends. So therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, we say tadvidhi pranipatena pari prashnena sevaya. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, paritranaya sadhunam, not just sadhunam, but paritranaya sadhunam, to give them full liberation. So that prefix pari is very important. So Sita Devi saw that Ramachandra, actually it's not Sita Devi, the Vaidehi, the daughter of king of Videha, saw that husband of hers who had just killed the demons and given great pleasure to the sages, tightly embraced her husband. Someone's opening a tin can or something in the background. Thank you. And she became so delighted that she embraced Sri Ramachandra. Now, the word Rama is not there in the verse. It's just referred to as Tat. Now, one may, the wonderful commentaries, I thought of first telling you what this sage says, what that commentator says, but I'm going to combine everything for the sake of time and just we can enjoy or relish their sweetness. The reason of saying that person, Tam Ramachandra, is one is in the previous verse, Ramachandra is already referred to. Tato Rama tu Vijayi Pujyamano. That then Ramachandra was worshipped by all the sages, and then the verse says Tam Drashtva. This verse does not have Ramachandra. Now, the commentators like Maheshwara Tirtha and Periyavachan Pillai, etc., they comment that the reason Ramachandra is referred to as that person is to remind us that it is that person that she had very scathingly spoken to and about. When Ramachandra told her that you cannot come to the forest with me, she became very upset and she said something. Okay. And like we discussed, how Lakshmana got a little correction after almost 10 or 12 years. She's getting a slight correction after almost 13 years. Right. And back in Ayodhya, when she was told, no, you cannot come with me, and her heart was struggling. She wanted to go with Ramachandra desperately. Out of love and affection, she spoke something sharp. She said, Kim tva manyata vaideha pita me mithiladhipaha ramam jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraham. She says, my father, or actually pita me, my father, who's the king of Videha and the master of Mithila. So the word there is Vaideha. he will think, Jamataram Prapya, this Rama, the son-in-law that I have got, Striyam Purusha Vigraham, is not man enough. He's a woman just hiding in a man's body. So she was asking Ramachandra, are you not man enough to protect me in the forest? And that was of course, in pure love, there is this sense of rebuke to each other because Lalita, Vishaka, Radharani, they chastise Krishna left, right, and center. Okay, and it is very, although it is rebuking, it's very sweeting. It's very sweet to experience. Uh, of course, to hear is tough, but it has its room in such loving exchange. But she had said, "Are you not man enough? My father will think you're not man enough." So that Vaideha in this is coming back as Valmiki is writing, Babhuva Harshta Vaidehi. Bhartaram Parishasvaje. So now Ramachandra has not spoken a word. He's standing in front of Sita Devi as a question. Do you think I'm man enough now? Without Lakshmana, alone, in 72 minutes, 14,000 demons. So you see, uh, so then the commentary talks about the word is Hrashta. She was so delighted. She felt a sense of pride. And the pride is to see Ramachandra accomplish this very, very difficult task in such a short time. So it's her ecstasy. And that ecstasy is identified by the word Hrashta. Then we talked about why the word Vaidehi. Then these are all reasons why she hugged him. Okay, it's public. All the sages are there. Now, in front of sannyasis and great sages, generally, wife and husband will not get into what we call PDA, public display of affection. Yeah? Very rare. That is why when Parvati Devi was sitting on Lord Shiva's lap and all the sages were there, Chitraketu laughed as a way of glorifying Lord Shiva. But Parvati Devi did not like it. You cannot joke like that. Yet Sita Devi, in the middle of all the sages, is embracing Ramachandra and not just, through the eyes or something, very tightly embracing him. And the reason, one, she's very proud of Ramachandra's accomplishment. Another is Maharshinam Sukhavaham. She knows that Ramachandra is the divine father of all living entities and he has brought great happiness to the sages. As a divine mother, she is now acknowledging and rewarding, if you will, Ramachandra, that my children, these sages who are in such distress, you have relieved them of such distress. And I'm very, very proud, happy, and pleased. Then this Parishasvaje, someone may say, okay, you are happy, but why public display? So the commentators describe that there are two reasons. The two reasons are, before that, sorry, before I can get there, the word tam is, she sees that Ramachandra, where she had told him that you are, my father will think that you're a woman in a man's body. Now, Ramachandra's beauty is such that it almost looks feminine. If you look the way we dress, even Krishna, with earrings and rings, tilak, flowers decorated in the hair, it's in one sense quite feminine per se. But his beauty is such, of course, he's the absolute truth that has both feminine and masculine aspects in him. Uh, but his delicate body and very very delicate movements almost look effeminate. Not that he is. So it's a way to say that although he looks very delicate, he's actually very very powerful. Now, when Sita Devi had spoken like that to Ramachandra, obviously it was piercing. It was cutting, scathing. So now she has to apologize. And her Parishasvaje, her embrace, is her apology. Now, this is one of the great qualities that Sita Devi is demonstrating how one should express apology if possible. When Sita spoke to Ramachandra in Ayodhya, she spoke in private. When she called Ramachandra, my father will think you're not man enough. But the apology now is expressed in public. Usually, people insult in public and apologize in private. But Sita Devi is showing that even though the episode was done or happened in privacy, in front of everyone, she's expressing apology to Ramachandra. So that everyone, in front of everyone, this is a great humble expression. Second, Sita Devi in other works, the original or internal potency of the Supreme Lord is known by the name Amrita. Amrita obviously means nectar, but it also means that which gives, that which heals. Therefore, you find wherever somebody is debilitated or sick, medicine is called rasayana or works like Amrita. It brings back one to life. So her embrace heals all of the wounds of Sri Ramachandra in that moment, because she is the original healing herb. Um, and her embrace is to heal. The warmth of her embrace heals all of Ramachandra's wounds immediately. Then, third is he is considered to be the tree and she the delicate creeper. Now, a creeper only looks beautiful when it is entwined around a tree, and the tree has to be stable and healthy. When the tree is stable and healthy, the creeper is healthy. So Sita and Ramachandra are like the tree and the creeper. So she is the one who is supported by, and therefore the verse has the word Bhartaram. Right? Generally, a husband and wife are called Bharta and Bharya. The root of that nomenclature comes from the dhatu called Bhara. Bhara means burden or weight. So Bharata means one who bears the weight of the kingdom. That doesn't belong to him. That's why it's a weight. Mother carries the weight of the child in the womb. So Bharata means that person who bears the weight of the responsibility of the family. And Bharya is like the creeper who is born or who is carried. Therefore, the husband carries the wife. Particularly, it's a although literally they together look beautiful in this way. Please don't make it a sexist. Oh, can the wife not do it? Just enjoy the rasa in it. The word is called bharta and bharya. So just the tree that supports the creeper. Similarly, Sita Devi embraced the creeper, embraced the tree. It is to show that the living entity, Jiva, cannot be alive and survive without the support of the Supreme Lord. Our Bhakti creeper, that's another meaning. We call it Bhakti Lata. It never is called Bhakti Vriksha. Although we have Bhakti Vrikshas, the Vriksha is only a symbolic for how it grows, but the creeper of Bhakti, it's called Bhakti Lata. A Lata cannot grow without a tree. So Krishna or Sri Ramachandra is the tree around which our Bhakti Lata has to entwine to be alive, nourished, and supported. So she's showing how the living entity is completely dependent and carried by. So in that sense, we are all bharyas of the Supreme Lord. Krishna says, aparameyam aparameyam itastwanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho. I have another energy called the living entity. Um, let me see if we have time. Okay. Then one may Govinda Rajaswamy says the word Shatru Hantaram. Let me first see if Periyavachan Pillai's commentary is I've taken care of. Parishasvajay Creeper. Okay, now Govinda Rajaswamy, he says uh, the 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 form of the Lord feels the sense of cooling and pleasure in the reservoir of the potency. Therefore, she is always with him, and that divine glance and embrace of Sita Devi is necessary for him. That the Supreme Lord, because she is Hladini potency, the word Harashta gives us an indication that her joy and happiness is what he uh, takes in from her. Then Shatru Hantaram, that's another word in the uh, shloka, the one who destroyed the enemies. Now, one may say in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord says, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. I'm equal to all living entities. Name dveshyosti na priya. I don't have this one or that one. I'm equal to all. Then the question is, if he is equal to everyone, can he have enemies? Then the answer Govinda Raja is giving is, because he's equal to everybody, it causes him great distress to see his own living entity having such inimical tendency towards him. And the way to remove the inimical tendency in the case of Ramachandra and Krishna is to separate that living entity from that body within which, that environment within which that inimical tendency is growing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has demonstrated that through the holy name, those living entities are becoming uplifted and transformed. Then the phrase is Maharshinam Sukhavaham, the one who gave happiness or brought in happiness to the Maharshis. Before this whole battle started, all the Maharshis had gathered together, and they had held their stomachs in pain. We remember they were in great anxiety. And then Ramachandra had promised them that I will relieve you of all your worries. And therefore, in this shloka, Maharshinam Sukhavaham. Now they will be able to perform their devotional practices without fear, anxiety, and other things plaguing or interrupting what they need to achieve. Then Govindaraja says, Vaidehi. Why we heard two meanings of why Vaidehi. Another is Vaidehi is she was born to the king of Videha. And Videha literally means one who doesn't have a material body. King Janaka is such a great personality that he can survive without a material body. And the way he does is he gets nourishment through the blinking of the eyes. And therefore, when people blink, it nourishes him. There's a whole long story. So he can survive without a body, which means one can live without a material body is an indication that Videha means fully liberated. A fully liberated person will not marry some ordinary fellow. So Ramachandra obviously is the only suitable husband for Sita Devi. And she came in that family to show us that these are great kings. The bow of Lord Shiva had descended into that family. So by breaking the bow, the king of Videha gave Sita uh, to Ramachandra. That please accept, this is your consort. So, what kind of state of consciousness or how Ramachandra would be on the battlefield, even though he's fighting the demons, it is not out of anger or wrath, but very duty bound, because that's who King Videha is, and his daughter is there. So it means that Ramachandra is always within the boundaries of duty, never violates them. While all of this is happening, he never crosses the boundary of dharma. And so that's where I'm going to pause. There are a few other things which I want to leave, and then let's see if there are questions. So the second verse, I'm going to recite the two verses again because I've been reciting them all night. Really nice. All evening as well. Okay. Tam drashtva shatruhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham bhabuva harshta vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaje muda paramaya yukta drishtva rakshogana hatan ramam cha eva avyayam drishtva tutosha janakatmaja. And she saw Avyayam, that although Ramachandra had killed so many demons and fought, his body remained Avyayam. Avyayam means unchangeable. He is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The scars and wounds are, in Rupa Goswami's language, Uddipana. Uddipana is a stimulus for ecstasy. She wants to see her husband as Virya, and those scars tell her, look, when Krishna says, uh, Arjuna, Pashyame Yoga Vaishwaram, just see my transcendental opulence. Similarly, Ramachandra's wounds are a way to tell Sita, see my masculinity, see my virya, my prowess. So it's a way of exciting uh, transcendental feelings in Sita Devi. But his body is avyayam, unchangeable. Drashta, Tutosha, she became so happy. Janaka Atmaja. So her father will never have a doubt whether he gave his daughter in the wrong hands. So what I will do is later, after our class, I have another class, I guess, and I will send you these two verses and their meanings. So if you like, you can use them as a meditation and prayer to Sita Ramachandra to heal us from the different wounds and scars and hurt and diseases. These are strength giving verses, especially extremely strength giving, because in both these verses, so Ramachandra is there. Ramachandra's role is very clear, but most importantly, Sita Devi is in the greatest of ecstasy. One verse has the word Hrashta, and the second verse has the phrase Muda Parama. Parama Muda. Muda is uh, a sense of this happiness that I don't know of an English parallel. So these two verses, wherever Sita Devi is happy, that is the greatest benediction upon any living entity. Let's see if there's any comments, concerns, questions, thoughts.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sita Devi embraced Lord Rama in one way to express asking for apology, right?
No, expressing apology.
Expressing apology. But we were taught by our elders, like, asking for apology, whom we offended, like by touching their feet, right? So what is the significance of that and this?
Great, we should touch their feet. Nothing wrong. But Sita Devi did not touch the feet of Ramachandra does not mean she did not apologize. In fact, she didn't even utter a word. She just embraced him.
Mm.
So we need the acharyas to extract that in their love, her apology is, oh, I had said Striyam Purusha Vigraham, and that very form she's embracing, which means it's not Striya, is very much virulent man, and she's taking her words back. I mean, it's a delicate, loving expression. Don't get too much into the.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
next
trying
time,
to dig that, but still, this is also okay, right? Touching.
I mean, depends who we are embracing. She's
Yeah,
embracing her
exactly.
husband.
Yes. We cannot embrace everyone, right? In that,
Oh,
in that way, touching the feet is also, yeah, okay.
when Lakshmana was corrected, he went like this, bowed his head down. That means he offered obeisances. Sita Devi embraced.
Okay, thank you.
Different rasa, different relationship, different way of expressing. I mean, in public, she is embracing him. Very rare.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dhanapram Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
so the first time Mother Sita saw Lord Ramchandra, so as you told last time that Lord Ramchandra was, every pore of his body was covered with blood. So, yes, she has her reason for being very happy that okay, now he has relieved the distress of all the sages. But at the same time, didn't she felt, oh my God, he's bleeding all over. Like this kind of feeling didn't came like.
No, he's a Kshatriya and she's a Kshatriyani. Oh, what happened? If let's say, okay, I'm going to make a joke on husband. That's such a serious Sita Devi thing. So if some husband is cutting vegetables in the kitchen and cuts his finger, that's not the, what happened? Oh, blood came. I mean, of course, you'll be concerned. But Kshatriyas without blood, with what is the kind of battle? And she's healing him by her embrace. Or when someone comes back from work and they're very tired through traffic, the wife doesn't say, kal se office mat jana because it's too tiring. Traffic bahut hai or something. It's part of the profession, I guess. As a Kshatriya, it's there. I mean, I don't think we're getting every little detail of their conversation. Array, what did she think and what did she not think? I don't know if reading at such microscopic level will give us anything. We know that she's very confident of his Kshatriya spirit. Anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Haribol.
Prabhu, can we consider this embrace between Rama and Sita as a transcendental embrace, and all these mundane embraces in the material world when husband and wife came from those transcendental embraces?
Everything in the material world is a reflection of that which is there. Urdhvamulam adhasyakham ashwatham prahur avyayam. 15th chapter. You asked me last time, right?
Yes, but
So
then
the material world is a perverted reflection of everything that's in the spiritual world.
sure. Thanks for confirmation. But when you're giving the example of the mundane husband-wife relationship with the transcendental embrace of
There's nothing
Rama and
wrong
Sita,
in a husband hugging or a wife hugging her own husband. Nothing wrong.
but it still is mundane, right?
Depends on the relationship and their view of each other.
I disagree. I'm sorry. We can
Okay.
talk later. We can talk
Sure.
later, but
Sure. Sure.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Kirti here. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. It's such a nice, beautiful exchange between Mother Sita and Lord Ramachandra. I've never heard, like you were saying, Lord Rama is always duty bound and within the perimeter of dharma. So my vision of Lord Rama was always that he would hold back, and so would Sita. I've never imagined, or I didn't get that sense that they would express their affection publicly. And previous week also you mentioned that they were sporting in the lake. So these were nice insights into how their relationship was. Mostly I don't know, it's just Mother Sita and Lord Rama, but I don't get to hear about the relationship between the two, which I'm getting to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Well, it is Valmiki's like writing that when they were in the forests, they would walk into the lakes and rivers and splash water on each other and sport with each other, sometimes have swimming race with each other.
I mean, I can imagine Krishna doing all that. But Lord Rama...
That's the idea. Ramachandra is very stiff. No. That's not like that. It's not like that. He is. But
looks like Lord Rama knows how to have fun also.
His name is Rama.
Yes. My question,
Ramante Ananta Yogine. Okay.
You were saying that the way we approach the Lord is through his consort, and in this case, Mother Sita. And when we chant, also we chant Hare first. Always. And then Krishna. I was meditating on Lord Narasimha because of the upcoming Narasimha Chaturdasi. And in this case, the Supreme Personality is in a different form. He doesn't come with his consort.
Lakshmi Narasimha, Sri Narasimha, whenever you put Shri, she's always here. The mark of Shrivatsa and the Supreme Consort is always in his heart. Always. Therefore, he's always referred to as Shri Narasimha or Shri Krishna, Shri Ramachandra. Can never be separate from this. Can never be separate from his energies.
And here he is also very angry in his pastime.
Yeah.
So how should we approach Lord Narasimha?
Well, he was angry, but Prahlad Maharaj was not afraid. Prahlad Maharaj has this Vatsalya, Nrsimhadev has this Vatsalya feature, that although he was angry at Hiranyakashipu, he had no anger at Prahlad Maharaj. He patted his head with his paw, transcendental paw. In fact, devotees are not afraid of Nrsimhadev. He's very attractive, even with his mane full of blood, his nails and teeth full of blood. Devotees are not afraid.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have one. I'm Mallikarjun from Bangalore. So I want to share one thing which I like, Prabhu. So after the conversation between Rama and Sita, where Sita Devi offended Rama. Okay, so Sri Ram has waited for so many years. He did not actually give back or talk back at that time. He did the work, and then without speaking, he showed Whereas usually in at least in my house, so action will never happen. But we usually speak like, okay, I speak that I am great, or she will speak she is great. So yeah, this is one point which I like, that Rama acted without speaking. So yes.
Mallikarjun Prabhu, today chant Hare Krishna nicely, and it's a day of fasting for you. Okay.
Yes. Bro. Actually, our day has ended, so I think yeah, it's fine. Thank you, bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Shamakundas here. Prabhu, we hear from our regular Gaudiya Vaishnava literature that in the spiritual world, there are no demons as such. So the pastimes of killing of the demons is mostly like, it's like an apprehension that the demons come.
Right.
And then there's a loving exchange between Krishna and the eternal, the pure devotees in the spiritual world. And it is here in this material world that the actual killing of the demons happens when Krishna's Leela comes here.
Right.
Now, when we see, when we hear or read the pastimes from Ramayana, equivalent to that, can we say there is the Ayodhya Loka in the Ayodhya Loka of the spiritual world is very similar to the Ayodhya of the material world, where it is bound by certain norms and others. And is this embrace of Mother Sita something like what Mother Sita wants? What she cannot do in the regular Ayodhya is what she's able to do here. Of course, we do hear one from the Uttarakhanda pastime where there was the Ashokavana in Ayodhya itself. That may be an exception kind. But are these pastimes an eagerly awaited series of pastimes for Mother Sita to interact with Lord Rama?
It's hard to say because she is the consort. She doesn't need permission or excuses to be able to embrace Ramachandra. I mean, he is they are constantly exchanging and enjoying rasa with each other. But the mercy that they express, such that common people, the rishis, the charanas, siddhas, can witness it, that is a special grace. Just as the deity, although Supreme Lord exists, it's a special grace upon the very, very fallen, conditioned persons that they manifest in their deity form, and can appreciate the supreme, I guess, the beauty of the form and the potency. Similarly, this is done in a way that common people cannot. It's inviting common people in. Therefore, in Rama Pattabhishekam, when they are flying back from Lanka, Ramachandra got all the monkeys who they revived all of them and told them, you should come to Ayodhya. Imagine a monkey who's hanging from a tree and somewhere here and there gets a chance to visit Ayodhya and be a witness for Ramachandra's coronation. But Sita Devi says, not only the monkeys, but all their wives and children who've given so much that their husbands have fought in the war. I would like all of them also to come. So the Pushpaka Vimana stops in Kishkinda. All the Vanara women, children, they also get onto it and they come to Ayodhya. So I would see, at least at this point, I would see it as a stroke of a maha dose of mercy. I mean, otherwise, people like me, what audacity to talk about Sita Devi Parishasvaje. I mean, what's my adhikar to say anything?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. One other thing, Prabhu, here, it's on the aspect of Lord Rama leading. We know he's of Sachidananda Rupa, and we see blood coming from the body. And it's not just here, it's even in the Mahabharata war, it's the same thing for Krishna. It's a constant factor.
Right.
this description defies logical thing. It's like we can't say this much portion of the body is spiritual, that is material. Nothing. I mean, it seems a little beyond logic. Is it?
Yeah, correct. You're prodding me to read that sentence.
Please.
I don't have it here. Let's see. So, thing is, the whole idea of the appearance of the Supreme Lord is to defy our sense of rationality, and that is where lies, the secret of progress. Now we hear from Ishopanishad, Ashna Viram. He has no veins. The veins carry blood. And he has no veins. He's fully Satchidananda. Then where is the blood coming from? So the Supreme Lord's body is transcendental in such a way that it's called Achintya Guna Swarupam. It's something that the mind cannot grapple with, because rationality and logic is a boundary that holds the mind and intelligence inside or within it. And faith lies on the other side of that boundary. And the journey of the conditioned soul is to, break that boundary using faith is the tool through which that boundary is broken. If it is blind faith, then the person breaks the boundary and falls in a trap, falls off the cliff. So it has to be on the basis of proper jnana. So here's a statement, and Sham could, indirectly hinting that I should read this. Here's a statement. The means employed by the Supreme Lord's internal potency might not be logically understood. These means are beyond mental and intellectual perceptions. They are meant to encourage us to take the necessary leaps of faith beyond rationality. So the common rational thinking is challenged, especially by Ramachandra and Krishna. And this is why the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra and Krishna come in the 9th and 10th canto, near the end of the Bhagavatam, because they get so human-like that it is very easy to think they're human. They're not. They're very human-like, but not human.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, I have to pause here. If someone else has any burning questions or something that's not addressed, I didn't get a chance to delve deeper into Parama Karuna's objections. Perhaps next week, or if you like, privately or on the side, we can talk. Until then, have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Look at the Ramayana WhatsApp text or chat. There are 2 things we're offering for the devotees if you'd like. So go for one, or I've always learned to do both, but whatever works for you, timing, availability, etc. One is a little prayer circle that Atulya is doing, and other is a support group that Yamuna Jivana and perhaps someone else will be facilitating. So Hare Krishna.